What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you all so much for joining us. We've got round number 3 here, live and in living color. We got Jacob on Izzet Steel Cutter against Will on Mono White Control. So every player, every match above these guys already was on camera, and I assumed you didn't want to see an Eldrazi or a combo deck. So we're putting on Izzet Cutter versus Mono White Control. Both of these players are 1-1, so I did have to kind of go down the list, but at least it's not Splinter Twin versus Eldrazi. All right, off to the races here with the Emery Lurker in the lock. Kind of swinging and missing. No artifact here for Jacob. But back over to Will. We're having a good time here tonight. Got 14 players for Modern and a ton for Commander. We got some Warhammer players, a couple people, I think, playing D&D. All sorts of fun stuff here at Impact on a Friday night to do. So if you're in the area, come on out. I'd love to see you, game with you. But, no, Foo Waffles, and it is not over quite yet. We're still rocking and rolling. We've got 4 rounds tonight, so don't go anywhere. Alrighty, here's a fetch from the Scalding Tarn. Talic Rebuke drawn. Here's an Urza Saga. Gonna get a counter on that. And there's a Steel Cutter. Retrieve. Reprieve, I think, is the name of that card. Attack down to 18 for Will. Or to Will, rather. Demolition Field. Tag your Urza Saga. Will get a Plains. Jacob deciding. Gonna get an island. Underrated islands, honestly. I dig those ones. All right, here's another Steel Cutter. Path to exile your Emery. Jacob will allow it. Here's another Emery. Trigger the Steel Cutter. And trigger Emery. Wow. Well, there's Lava Spur. Okay, that's something at least. And we'll get in with the token here. Will drops to 16. March of Otherworldly Light, and here is a Metallic Rebuke. Going to counter it. So Corey Steelcutter sticking around for the time being. And there's a Lava Spur Boots on the new token. And we're banging and ganging. Let's get in there. And down to 10. Jacob is coming out swinging here. Castle Ardenvale. I have no idea what that is, but thankfully Jacob is going to counter it. Was it a Wrath of God? Is that what that was, chat? Alrighty. We're going to call it. Jacob going to get the W here in game number 1. We'll kick it back over to me. To the sideboard. And yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. That was a quick game. We've had some, last round was pretty quick. The round prior to that, though, was pretty decently. All right, let's kick it down to them, and we'll be back with game number 2. All right, let's get back down to the battlefield and get things started. All right, here's an island for Jacob. And that is a Tammy. That's a pretty good start. Path to Exile. Probably get a mountain. Yep. Obviously, the Riddler was played there. Another Tamio. A little Haywire Might action. Rat the skies. Do we have some counter magic, perhaps? Preordain. Bottom the Lava Spur. And we're flipping. Tamio has been flipped. Tamio's got to been has to have been the most played card today. We've seen it in every round. Temporary lockdown. Man, Will's finding the answers to Jacob's threats here. Is that a strict serenade in Jacob's hand? I think it is. Gonna crack a fetch. Savine's Reclamation. Jacob flipping through his cards like, oh my goodness. Gonna draw a card off the Aether Spellbomb. Corey Steelcutter not gonna really do much in this scenario. Field of Ruin back on Will's battlefield. There's Corey Steelcutter. And here is Emery triggering the Steelcutter. And we'll mill 4 cards. Jeez. Not great, Bob. Aether Spellbomb is there, though. So definitely not nothing. We're going to get in an attack. Another Field of Ruin. Going to take out the blue-green land after looks like Jacob made a mana. Celestial Purge on the red land. Not the red land. The Corey Steelcutter. It's a red permanent. And then a path. Wow. Will's just carving Jacob up this game. He's got a monk token with prowess, though. That's not nothing, I suppose. Just going to battle for 1. Down to 16 goes Will. And Lightning Bolt. Battle. I was going to take a look at Jacob's graveyard here. And here's a Solitude. Casting it the right way. Strict Serenade. Finally, that card's been in his hand the entire game. You get a bird. Jacob does have a Force of Negation here. Here's a Wrath of the Skies. He doesn't have a other blue source, though. And just has to look at the Force of Negation in his hand. That is unfortunate for Jacob. There's a Lava Spur boots. The boots with the fur. Sorry, folks, if I'm a little less energetic than normal. I'm sure you can probably tell my voice is altered. I'm trying to get over this little cold. All right, there is Riddler. And there's a Solitude. I mean, everything Jacob has put in front of Will this game, Will has had the answer to. This has been an absolute slugfest. Here's Savine's Reclamation. Part Droit. All right. Waste your Saga. Jacob does have to search. Fails to find. So that means next time we get a waste here, Jacob's going to be stuck with 3 lands for the rest of the game. Unholy Heat, going to take down the Solitude. Down to 13. Every life point matters, though. Down to 12 on the fetch. Got about 23 minutes left, just for those wondering. There's another Urza Saga. That was a Lorcana timer, not modern. There's a Ghost Quarter. Take your Saga. Wow. Well, Jacob's just going to pass. Makes a dude with the castle. Demolition Field. Haywire Might. Animox Opal. And attack for 5. Haywire Mite going to block one of them. Pop. Get back my Haywire Mite and my Tameo. Mox Opal making green mana for that Haywire Mite. Pretty clutch. I guess he did it before blocks. That makes sense. Lava Spur. And there's a Solitude. Jeez Louise. Force Negation can't counter Solitude. Can't get rid of it with fire, though. Mox Amber, and Jacob passes. Will's going to make another dude. Shove. Down to 3. See what you got. Lightning Bolt. That's not going to do it. And that will do it for this game. Will going to pick up game number 2 and push to a game. I'm going to say game 7. Game 3 here. Let's kick it back to the sideboard momentarily. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. We appreciate you. Game 3 coming right up. Got about 20 minutes left in the round. That's what they both just looked at. I'm going to go tell them that. In the meantime, take a look at this one. All right, we're back in action. Jacob off to a decent start here. He was on the play. There's a portable hole. Gonna put that Mox Opal in a hole. Jacob can counter this though if he wants. He's gonna decide against it. I thought our overhead camera froze for a second. Field of Rune. There's a demolition field. And Will is just aggressively attacking Jacob's mana base here. White Orchid Phantom. In response, Metallic Rebuke. Yeah, Jacob's had enough. You can only push a man so far. There's a Mox Amber. No creature to give it mana, though. Wrath of Skies. Oh, man, I bet Jacob is about fed up with that one. He's going to counter it. Bobble. Yeah, Jacob's just not had a lot of pressure these last couple games, which is exactly what Will wants from his opponent. If I were Jacob, I'd be fetching out Shocklands and basically not basics. Because you know Will's game plan is to just run you out of basics. Oh, wow. Is he failing to find here? Uh-oh. That's not good. Draws a card with Fiery Islet. And there's a Tameo. Let's see how long she is for this world, though. Clips the Lava Spur, and there's a pass Path to Exile. Grabs an island. All right, takes care of the Solitude, but Jacob's got to find a way to start putting some pressure on the board because these tokens are just going to will the game slowly but surely. Savine's Reclamation, get back a Demolition Field. Hate to see it if you're Jacob. Ghost Quarter your mountain. Jacob's got one red source left. Well, and there's a Quarry Steelcutter go. Battle down to 8. Jacob's got to figure something out quick, dude. This is rough. Wow. I mean, Jacob's cooked here, I think, folks. Oh, yeah, I mean, for sure. And they're signed, so. Strix Serenades his own. Just to get a bird. Wow. Jacob's in dire straits here, folks. This is rough. Block with the bird. Bobble. He's still playing cards. I mean, you can tell just by Jacob's. He can't really attack. Oh, he's gonna equip then attack. Oh, Solitude. It never really mattered. Are we blocking? Trade with the dude. Back to Jacob. The writing's on the wall. Oh my gosh. There's Tamio. And there's a March of Otherworldly Light. It is exiled. I don't think it's... Okay, they figured it out. Make a dude. battle. Down to 2. You take care of your last land. He's found another land. That's funny, and that's good. And Will says, no, I'll take care of that land. I'll attack you for game and match, and that will be that. All righty. What a conclusion to that match, folks. Thank you all so much for joining us. We've got one more round, so if you're watching live, don't go anywhere. I've been Alex. Make sure to hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all of your Magic the Gathering needs and other tabletop gaming needs. We've got singles. Go support a local LGS that's bringing you some free content. So go buy some cards over there. We appreciate you. Thank y'all so much. Catch y'all on a flippy flop. Adios, everyone.